busy in office decoration, and then we were doing a lot of activities in the office. So one of the activities, it was spin the wheel. So we were playing that game. One of my office colleagues, it was her turn to perform. Now she was asked to perform a dialogue. Before her performance, I told her, break a leg, Romita. So Romita did not understand what did I say. She was wondering what did I say. Although she performed very well, then after her performance, she came back to me and she asked me softly, Indira, why did you say break a leg? Then I understood. I said, I did not ask you to break your leg. I wished you good luck. So here I wanted to say that clear communication, it means listeners must be able to understand what we want to say. So how many of you are agreed with that? Listeners have to understand what we are saying. So please type it in the chat box, agreed. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes. Nepali says agree. Lakshmi ma'am is saying agree. Alia is saying agree. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you so much. You know, when I started my career, at the beginning of my career, I was not a clear communicator. I didn't know much about this. Therefore, I faced a lot of adversity. I had to embarrass at my workplace. So would you be interested to know what was that embarrassment that I faced because of lack of clear communication? Thank you. Okay, type it in the chat box, EMB, embarrassment. Thank you, Mahipal. Thank you so much. All right. Let me tell you. I started working as a HR executive with one of the IT companies, and the company was dealing with the CCTV camera. And in that organization, there were two employees by the same name. There was one receptionist and the other one was technician. Now, both of their name was Shubroto. Their surname was different. Now, one day morning, my CEO called up as I was the part of the HR team. And sir asked me, sir said, Indira, we received some faulty products. So I want you to speak to Shubroto. In this regard, let Shubroto to speak to vendor and get it replaced. And get this work done on priority basis. And as I said that I was not a clear communicator at that time. Therefore, I had a lot of fear in my mind. I could not clarify my doubts. I did not ask to my sir, which Shubroto you are talking about. Therefore, what happens? I just said, okay, sir. But you know what happens? I spoke to both of the Shubrotos. I assigned this task to both of them. Later on, it was found that nobody took the responsibility to get the work done. And the issue remained unsolved, unresolved. And the worst part happened, the CEO blasted on me in front of my office colleagues. I was so embarrassed, totally broken from inside. My morale was low, my productivity gone down. So many things that happened just because of lack of one thing. That was clear communication was not there. And at the end, it was a business loss, isn't it? Because that faulty products did not get replaced on time. However, after 5 years, I joined in another organization. And in that, as a HR assistant manager. And in that organization, there was an employee as a sales executive who was working. And his performance was not up to the mark. He got training to bridge a gap between his performance and the expectation of the company. But then also he could not cope up. Because of one reason, that he was very casual towards his work. Therefore, he was not performing at all. He got 3 times warning, but then also he was not performing. So on the 4th time, management decided to replace him. asked him to put down his paper. And this drastic decision he could not accept. He was very disappointed. And he got angry also at the end. And because of his anger feeling, he did not give the proper handover. He gave 50% handover. And the rest 50% he did not share with us. He was maintaining the database of the client. He did not share with us. And most importantly, there was a business inquiry. He did not disclose that in his the handover form. He came to know, but by that time we already lost that business. We lost some of our potential clients. Again, it was the business loss. Now, it has been found that every time, every year, some or the other business, they are having loss because of lack of clear communication. So before I tell you the strategies that I have penned down some very important, impactful strategies. Let me know, did it ever happen with you that you said something but you was being misunderstood at the workplace and you faced that adversity at the workplace, you faced a lot of challenges, things went wrong. So can anybody unmute yourself and can share your past experience where you face a lot of adversity just because of miscommunication? What happens? Nobody faced any adversity because of lack of communication. So we all are here. Yes, Deepali, please.
So it generally happens, I could not remember any particular event, but it generally happens when we newly joined any organization and we hesitate in asking questions, and later on when we are actually performing some task. So because we didn't have questioned at the time of training, so when we are actually performing that task, we could not, just because of lack of communication.
True, absolutely. So whatever doubts we are having, we should get it clear, isn't it? So being a speaker, we have to speak in such a way so that people will be able to resonate, people will be able to understand, and we should take the feedback. And from listeners' perspective, if you feel that you still have some doubts in your mind, so it has to be cleared. So if you still have any doubts, please come up with that so that I'll be able to clear it out, so that we will have the clear communication.
Sure.
Is there anyone having any question in mind or want to share your past experience, maybe faced a lot of things? You said something, you was misunderstood at your workplace or maybe your personal life, professional, anything you can share with us. Because able to share with you 3 powerful strategies. First strategy, we should always encourage employees to give the relevant feedback time to time. We should have the open door policy. Because feedback is very much needed. So feedback is very important. So we should look into their feedback and we should do the needful on this. So it is the first strategy, to have a clear communication. Second, don't just hear. Listen to understand each other. Now, what do I mean by that? We always, we have we human psychology is that we always tend to hear it out. We hear each other's, even if we listen to each other's, but for speaking, not for understanding, right? But if we can listen to each other for understanding purpose, then the 50% of the conflict, workplace conflict, will get resolved. All right. So therefore, it is very important that we should have a clear communication and we should understand each other's. Now, the third strategy is that, we corporates, we always conduct some or the other meeting as per the schedule, right? We always do that. We all know the founder of Twitter and, the multi-billionaire Elon Musk, Mr. Elon Musk. Mr. Elon Musk says the 3 strategies regarding how to conduct the meeting. He always says that instead of conducting so many meetings or frequent meeting, if you can only conduct the meeting which is very much needed, then it is going to be more fruitful. And second is, he says that we should only keep the participants who can do the value addition, right? So doing the value addition is very important, and active participation is very important in the meeting. So if you can do that, we will really have very powerful and impactful meeting, and we can do a lot of productive things. Okay. So I'm going to write it down in this chat box, 3 strategies, and I want you to come up which strategy you found most powerful. Okay. So I'm going to write. Tarun, can you, instead of writing it down in the chat box, can you please unmute yourself and say a few points on this? I would.
तरुण, आप बता सकते हो लाइक कि आपने थर्ड स्ट्रैटेजी को क्यों चूज किया आउट ऑफ द 3?
Because conducting many activities is not necessary. If we conduct on one meeting and with the value addition, it is useful.
Yeah, Alia?
Yeah, actually, I think all the 3 points are important, but when anyone, basically listens something, and he or she should actually understand what other person is saying. So this is very much important.
So I would justify my answer in the sense that Indira, we basically deal with our clients. So if we have new requirements or any existing requirements with our clients, so if we key to meetings to understand each and everything from our clients, it would be very chaos for us. So only the points we have to give prioritize our points, and which is most important for us. I think we should schedule a meeting for that, and other points we should basically discuss on calls or on mails, and basically keep meeting for the most important ones.
Absolutely, strongly agree with you that you can always keep a doubt clearing session with your client, and rest of the things you always, as much as possible, to get it resolved by the mails or some other ways that it can be done. That's how you can save your time, and it will be more interesting at the same time, because when you will have the doubt clearing session, so you can discuss about the bullet points and get it clarified.
Right.
Thank you, Tarun. Thank you, Alia, for your active participation. I really appreciate, and thank you, Deepali, for taking the initiative. Great. We still have some time in our hand. Therefore, we can play. We can do a small activity. How many of you are excited to do small activity? Can we? Oh, great. Thank you. Thank you so much. We can. There is an activity that I have planned for, like you can do spin the wheel that I was talking about. Any one of your favorite quote.
If you are not audible, if you are talking, you are not audible.
I'm going to write it down in the chat box, the topic. This is the topic. Is there anyone who wants to go for it? Maipal has written, life is a journey, travel with smile. Wow, amazing. So can you explain me? Can you say just 2 sentences on this? What makes you think that yes, life is a journey, travel with smile?
Since it shows the whole meaning of this sentence, life is a journey. Our whole life is our journey, and we should, enjoy whole the journey with a smile. Yeah.
Yes, perfect. I totally agree with you. Life is a journey.
My favorite is chat box.
Yes, Deepali has written your. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Can we take one more? Alia has written, leave the life king size. Okay, Lakshmi has. Okay, Lakshmi, any explanation? Just 2 sentences. Last one. Any one of you can say between Lakshmi and Alia. Any one of you.
What I believe, I mean, everyone has some class of it. I mean, it's better be a diamond. It means like better be worth something, even if you might have some flaws, rather than a pebble, which is like, a diamond has sharp edges, it shines, it's bright, it's worth something, although it might have flaws as well. Then a pebble without means like, just a round pebble which doesn't have that much worth in terms of doesn't add value to anyone. I mean, it's by Confucius, but I like it. So,
okay. So we are end of the today's session. So may I request to give your valuable feedback. Since we strategy, what was your bulb on moment? You can type it out in the chat box.
so Indra, I would say that it has been an interesting session. Although, I mean, because we are doing it for the first time, it could be that we covered very basics of it. And we would look forward to have more sessions around communication, maybe specific to business communication or written communication. But to have an overall quick starting session, it was. I hope it added value to the all the participants. That is my take on it.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your valuable information and feedback. And thank you so much.
Feedback would be, Indra, for today's session that your starting was different altogether from the like till today, whatever sessions I've gone through. So the starting was really different and new to me. And the session in complete also, it was good. At least I got some points clarification because of the strategies that you have explained.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Deepali, for your takeaways. So rest of you, if you want to put your takeaways, at least one takeaway from each one of you, I would be expecting. So you can type it out in the chat box. It will be really great for me because whatever I have imparted, whatever I have said, whether it has been clear to you or not, that is very important for me to. Okay.
So PP Singh, thank you so much for the valuable and insightful training. I hope to apply everything I have gained from it in my career and life.
Thank you so much.
Because even till now we are not focused on clear communication in very depth in personal life also and sometimes professional life. So I personally dealing with numbers, so I'm not very good in communication, and sometimes I miss so many things and avoid to say so many things. So that's why I think now I keep it in mind to get in clear communication and apply those things in daily life also and professional and personal life also. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Great, Deepali. Thank you. Thank you so much for your powerful feedback. Thank you.